Today, I'm gonna be going over the difference between objections and your simple knee-jerk reactions for deflecting. And I'm also gonna address when and how to deflect and like the best way to overcome pretty much any objection. Guys, this is gonna be a good one. So let's start by giving the video a thumbs up, and I do suggest subscribing if you're new to the channel. We're putting out new insurance sales content and final expense sales training videos just like this one pretty much every week. The typical knee-jerk reaction to get rid of the agent, that's what it's designed for. They do this to kind of get rid of the salesperson, usually happens like real early on in the life insurance sales presentation, especially with telesales. And that's basically when the client says something like, oh, you caught me at a bad time, or oh no, I thought this was something else. In most cases, it's not true. In other words, the objection isn't the true objection. The issue isn't that it's a bad time or whatever the excuse is. The real issue is that no one really wants to be sold life insurance. Guys, we all know that we need it, but it's not like it's something that we can't wait to get. Stick around to the end of the video. I'm gonna show you how to get the free new agent telesales file that has some really cool sales materials. Guys, you're gonna absolutely wanna have this for yourself, for your remote final expense and or life insurance sales presentations. The key is to simply deflect and push forward. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. So when they say something like, we're going somewhere, can we do this later? I'll deflect with something like, no problem. Look, I'm just gonna give you the short version and make it real quick. And then you go right back to the presentation, wherever you were in the script, right back there. And maybe they say something, well, I just want the price. And a lot of times you'll get this a couple minutes later. Then I'll say something like, no worries, I'm working on that right now. And then right back to wherever I was at in the presentation. That's your typical deflection. That's how you deflect. And novice salesperson will actually listen to the lies and the next, because that's all it is. I mean, they're not trying to lie. They're just big fibbers, right? So the agent's listening to it. And the next thing you know, instead of pushing forward, which is what you should be doing, they'll try to like set another appointment and only end up getting stood up. So like it gets worse. I mean, think about it. By believing the nonsense, you've just proven to your prospect that you're just a pushover and that your time isn't really that valuable, not nearly as valuable as theirs. You don't want to do that. That's wrong. And even worse, I hate to say it, but at this point, you might actually end up coming off as kind of needy and desperate. Guys, FYI, it is normal to get one or two of these type of knee-jerk deflecting opportunities from some of your better clients and your better sales. As far as objections are concerned, like real true objections, yes, you want to address as much of this, any potential objections like up front through your presentation. You know, that way you're going to get less of it in the end after you give the price, after you go to close. You know, you'll get less of the, oh, I got to think about it, and oh, I got to speak with my kids first. Nonsense. That's what it is. It's nonsense, guys, but you're still going to get these type of objections from some of your better clients and bigger sales. So what we do at United Final Expense Services is we simply, our agents accept the fact that this is just part of the application process, and we treat these objections as actual opportunities to build value in the product that we're selling. So basically, we've already told them what it is, we've given them the price, and now they're giving us the objection. So we're going to spend a little time and build a bunch of value because of the objection. It is an opportunity. If you can perceive it that way, man, it can be a game changer for you. Here's basically the idea. You know, we go for the close, we give them the prices to write down, and they still end up giving us the objection. Now what happens is we're simply saying something like, I don't know, absolutely, Joe, I get that. So let me give you something else to think about. Hey, absolutely, man, I get that. I don't blame you. But look, let me share something else that's very important that you can share with your daughter too. And then we simply go right back into the product presentation. So product presentation, building value in the product. We go over like the carrier product. We cover a lot of information, including, I mean, a lot. There's a lot to talk about. The AM Best rating, the importance of AM Best, how old that company is. You can get into a big loop on them, the guarantees and the riders, and all the pertinent information about the carrier. Then, like, here's the way I see it. After at least 5 to 10 minutes of this rebuilding value, you come back to the close and you make a broad statement like, can I make a suggestion? Guys, they're always going to say yes. Think about it. Then you simply remind them of the actual why and the fact that they already told you that they know that they need this. Then you get back into the beneficiary information and the need and you reclose them. Guys, if you're using a presentation like the one that we use, that's what you're doing in the beginning. In the beginning of the presentation, you're finding out who the beneficiary is, why you're having the conversation. You're kind of putting a little words in their mouth. You're getting them to basically admit to you there's a reason they're speaking and they do have a need for the insurance. So after I say, can I make a suggestion? I'm gonna follow up with, look, Joe, since you clearly need this and you don't want to leave your daughter Heather stuck with the funeral bill, let's just see if we can get at least you approved, and that way we can start with the bottom option. Oh, and don't worry about the money right now. We'll deal with that later after you receive your Social Security benefits, okay? And this is when they might give you that second objection, guys. It's gonna happen a lot. That's part of it. It's not a problem. It's a good thing. That's when you basically do the same thing, only this time you cover more information that maybe you haven't shared with them on the first loop after that first objection. So the way I see it, I want to be prepared. I want to have information about every single carrier written down, notes. The idea is to have the loops prepared with these note pages. Some of the carriers, they have like their own funeral concierge plan or company that they work with. You can also do like a couple of loops on them if you need to, if that's the case. Or even have like a totally separate loop prepared. I mentioned AM Best. Dude, you can write a page of notes on AM Best and just like build huge value of the importance that the fact that AM Best is rating this carrier, like American Amicable, for example. We sell a lot of that with that A rating. Once you've mastered this technique, you're gonna find that it works well with not only building value in the product, you know, that you're selling, the different products, but it really conveys to the prospect that you're a pro. You know what you're talking about and are extremely valued to them as an insurance agent. If you want to build lots of rapport, a great way to do that is by conveying value in what you do and who you are in a big way. And that's what we're talking about here, guys. If you'd like the free new agent telesales file that I mentioned at the beginning of the video, just email me at doug@ufesonline.com. If you'd like more information on one of our sales platform, like maybe the appointments platform, where as an independent agent with us, you can get like 20 preset appointments per day, or the free leads platform where you don't pay for anything, just shoot me an email at that same address. As always, when you put the needs of your clients first, everything else will usually fall right into place. Now, get out there and whatever you do, make sure that you do something good for someone else today. Happy hunting.